What's good, YouTube? It's Shrill. Here with another video. Today we're reacting to 6 lesbians. God damn. Today we're reacting to 6 lesbians versus 1 secret girl. Let's get straight to the video.
Lesbian.
I'm a 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 lesbian.
Hi, I'm Mars.
I think it's the girl in the brown. She looks the least lesbian.
And I went to an all-girls school for 5 years, so I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory.
Hi, I'm Gianna. I feel like my appearance is an upset, to be honest.
Hi, my name is Elisa. My girlfriend was the first time I ever stood up for myself.
Hi, my name is Iris, and I eat what I have.
What you eat? My name's Maya, and I go to Berkeley, and I'm a film and media student.
My name's Claire. I've been in a relationship with the most beautiful woman, my girlfriend, for 2.5 years, officially yesterday.
My name's Mara.
Convenient. It was your 2-year anniversary was yesterday, conveniently.
And I've been married since January.
Why you had to think about it though? It's neither it was yesterday or it wasn't. Like it was conveniently yesterday. Nobody's believing you.
I voted her out just because she was the straightest looking.
The second we walked in, I looked at everybody's outfits, and I feel like everyone just kind of had like a more eccentric vibe to their outfit, whereas Mara was just wearing shorts and a t-shirt.
Y'all, it is not me though, for real.
She just talks a little bit too much, and it
Damn. That's what they all say though.
feels like she's overcompensating.
I'm letting y'all know right now, it is not me. Y'all will see my girl outside. Just letting y'all know. It's probably the nails, it's probably the hair, it's probably the lashes, the makeup, the gloss, so let's be real. You would never guess.
To start us off, who is everybody's childhood crush or like gay awakening?
Have you guys seen Lizzie McGuire? Or are you too young for that? Yeah. Miranda. Elaine. So real.
Yeah. Okay, Miss Honey was a big one for Matilda, but also Amanda Bynes, and specifically in Sydney White.
I don't remember my childhood one, but like 6th grade was RuPaul's Drag Race, Adore Delano. That was her in drag. I don't know. I don't know.
I wasn't exposed to much as a kid, but Rooney Mara from Carol, if you guys have seen that movie. Oh my God.
Honestly, my first one's not like a movie character or like a TV show character. It's a bank teller that I went to go see with my dad, and I think he was using me as his wingman, but I had my own idea of what was going on.
You wrote a little bit in your diary.
Yeah, a little bit.
There was this girl in my 4th grade class, I want to say. One time she was standing in front of me at the teacher's desk, and I just got like super close to her. She used to bully me in that grade, by the way.
Yeah.
And I stood like super close to her, and I was like, oh my God. But I was in Catholic school at the time, so I was like, oh no. And then stopped thinking about it for like 3 years.
I have a question. What would you guys say? Like, are you guys like top, bottom, like switch, femme, mass? Like, what do you identify within like the lesbian realm?
Verse, switch. I'm definitely femme. I would say not. I go hyper femme when I go out. I love makeup and dressing up and costumes in that way.
Yeah.
I would say I'm switch, but also I feel like, no offense to you cute Gen Zers, I feel like the mask femme thing is a little bit more Gen Z than when I was growing up and coming out. It wasn't really discussed. Those terms didn't even exist then. So I think my wife and I both are a little bit of both. I am the oldest in the group, so I felt like maybe that would set me behind because I don't know all the lingo and the TikTok language.
Yeah, I'd say
I'm trying to see if you got a ring on. Let me see.
I'm more like mask top, as you can tell. But yeah, I would say, I mean, I like to bottom, whatever. But I do become more like feminine when I'm like in the club, popping.
Sometimes it feels
I know
nice to like,
it is. It like kind of like, you know, crosses the line and like bends the line a little bit.
Yeah, it's a spectrum, and we can play with it.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I think that would be a bottom. Sorry if it's so. I'm not used to saying these things aloud. If you can tell. Despite that, really, really love wearing stuff that's more mask, like suits and ties are what I like to wear.
Sorry, Grandma, but I'm definitely, I'm definitely verse, and I feel like my appearance definitely leans more feminine. But in relationships, I'm typically the more mask person.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a switch, and I think my style reflects that, like pretty stereotypically. Sometimes I dress like a little fairy, sometimes I dress like a 12-year-old boy. 12-year-old boy heavy when I'm at work.
Me right now, literally.
How was everybody's family and friends when you guys came out? Like, was it difficult? Was it?
I think I can take this one. So the first time I brought it up, I did it at dinner over, I believe, Christmas break. The first thing I knew that was going to have a bad response because I grew up in an Asian household that was like pretty traditional, conservative. And my mom, first thing she said was that like something about like conversion therapy, stuff like go out of it, and I would need to find a husband eventually. And still to this day, she calls my girlfriend of 5 years. Oh, why am I getting too emotional?
No, don't. It's
okay. She still calls my girlfriend of more than 5 years still my friend, which kind of hurts, but yeah.
Sorry.
30 seconds left.
My parents were very supportive. I grew up in a liberal Chicago city-based place. My dad gave me a pin, and my mom said, "Yeah, of course you never liked boys."
Yeah, I came out with a girlfriend when I was 15. Parents were cool, uncle's gay, great.
Nice. My principal outed me to my mom. My mom was not happy about it. I got grounded for like a year. It was really awesome. And then my girlfriend's parents, who were like strict Catholic Mexican parents, grounded her and pulled her out of the school.
I came out as asexual.
Damn. All the way out to school because she like girl? So what you gonna do, put her in all boys school?
When I was 16, and that broke my parents' heart because they wanted me to find somebody that I loved. So when I was 18 and I came out, it was actually a huge relief to them.
So I never had to come out. My mom knew I was gay. She asked me. My sister's gay, and so yeah, it's just always kind of been apparent. How good is your gaydar? Well, let us know by dropping a comment down below. Now, let's get back into the video.
When we talked about celebrity crushes, she didn't even give us one. And she basically was just like, yeah, I just came out because my sister's gay.
Even though she looked definitely the part, and I really believed her confidence, I just thought, okay, I think other people are also going to vote for her.
I knew I shouldn't have brought up the fact that my sister was gay, but I figured my appearance kind of gave it all away.
Please raise your hand if you want to continue playing the game. All right, that's very clear.
I want to ask, like, what's the gayest thing you've done to impress a woman? Because for me, I made matching silk chiffon heart-shaped pillows for my girlfriend and I because we both loved Muna's Silk Chiffon song.
I was in a relationship, like sort of long distance, and I would drive like twice a week to San Luis Obispo, just like playing music outside of their house on Valentine's Day because they broke up with me like the day before. Like trying to get it back.
I've had a long distance partner in Sweden for over 5 years, so we're limited in what we can do for gestures. What I did do was buy her a limited edition TCG mount on World of Warcraft. I know that sounds super nerdy, but
that's cool.
But I think I spent over $2,000 on it for a.
You spent $2,000 to impress someone? You got money.
Supposedly it was going to be for eventually a marriage gift later down the line, but I wanted to buy it before it became increasingly in price. But I couldn't keep a secret, so I just ended up giving it really early.
So I worked in editing on a video game series. You know Life is Strange Before the Storm? So Yes, and Dana's my personal babe. So I got autographs from every single one of the people and gave it to my now wife. It was like the geekiest thing, but yeah, she's a gamer.
I think the gayest thing I've done is my best friend at the time came over and confessed that she was in love with me, and so then we like cried because I didn't feel the same, and it was just like a really intense conversation, and then I made her dinner afterwards because I felt bad that she was crying, and then we sat and watched a movie before she headed home and like cried.
You're not really talking about you being a lesbian, you're just kind of saying like, yeah, my friend had a crush on me and I denied her.
I have a question. Are you guys bothered by any particular celebrity queer baiting?
I would just go with the one a lot of people think about, like Billie Eilish,
So
I would
true.
say. With the whole like, I wish you were gay kind of thing. Like she definitely was one of my celebrity crushes. I went to Coachella 2019, I was like, I'm meeting her like somehow, but yeah, I think her, for sure.
I would say Ariana Grande. I can't remember the song, something like break up with your boyfriend because of bored or something. At the end, she ends up hooking up with the girl, but like there was no reason for it. Like she's never said that, I don't know.
As a queer person, I love representation. Like I get it doesn't have to happen every time, but one of the reasons I didn't come out till later is because the gay actors that I loved, like they weren't gay in real life, but I was like, oh, it's an interesting character choice.
Yeah.
So I do think it's so important.
And for them to be able to like explore and like without labeling themselves to be able to explore it, but when it feels fake, like
for
Ariana,
monetary,
100%,
trendy,
we're gonna turn on the guys
to get this
or whatever.
audience.
Like,
Yeah.
Do you know which person out of this group you guys have the highest doubt in, so we can have that person speak more? That way we could group up our votes into a more centralized way, such that if someone says that they think it's a certain person, people are more likely to vote that person out because they don't want to be voted out themselves, so they're going to choose the one that they think will be voted.
Can I ask about how you met your wife?
yes, so she's friends with two of my coworkers at this, I review content for a children's programming network. And so we all had this, it's actually funny, it's a Christian network, but every single person I work with is gay. And so we had this big LGBTQ Christian party, which is pretty unheard of. And I met her there. She's 47, she's a lot older than me. That was harder to stomach for my parents than me being gay, but they absolutely love her now. They actually gave her, this is the ring my mom proposed, or my dad proposed to my mom with, and this is what they gave to her as like, we fully
pretty
accept you.
confident in you. I kind of have a little bit. I wish I could give you some time to explain yourself, but I won't vote you out because I don't. Just because I have doubt.
At the end of the day, I thought everyone but Mars seemed more lesbian to me because Mars was just like too pretty.
That's crazy. I'm feeling very, very humbled. I haven't had someone question my sexuality since I was probably 12. Obviously, time was against me and the clock ran out, so I wasn't able to answer. And so it left everyone with like a final impression of, oh, we're sus of Mars, which is valid.
We have a new rule for future rounds. Every time you vote out the wrong person, the prize money will be cut in half. Please raise your hand if you want to continue playing the game.
Okay.
What is your like favorite thing and least favorite thing about being a lesbian like today?
I would say my favorite thing is the amount of acceptance in the community is lovely. My least favorite thing is hearing the stories that my wife has gone through because she's 47. And so she obviously faced a lot more prejudice. So I would say that's my least favorite thing.
Yeah, the community that involves, but also decentralizing men from your life and how that's improved my relationships with other women. Also just being in love with a woman, I feel like is like
My vote is still in, by the way.
not to favor, but it's like a more evolved sense, and there's such beauty in being outside, and specifically so outside the patriarchy. And then something I don't like, I still think there's issues within the community, within you know, judgments and inclusion that I really hope that we, you know, strive forward with and do more work on.
I like being sort of just like the opposite of what is like normal. Like I feel like that is so awesome. And yeah, and I think my least favorite thing is probably like just like older men not understanding, especially like out in public spaces, there not being enough spaces like bars and this and that. It's just like you can't be yourself, and it's like you really don't fit in, and it's just, you know, that's what I really hate about it.
There are some people, and in particular, there's some in the lesbian community who have said that I can't call myself a lesbian because I have been in a relationship with a woman who happens to be trans, and the last time I told my coworker about that, they said I couldn't possibly classify myself as a lesbian if I was willing to be with someone before surgery, or and really digged into my sexual history too. So it's stuff like that. But the reason why I actually came here today was because I wanted to let trans people know that you're not an abomination, you're not a monster. You are fully capable of being loved, and as I love my partner, it's nobody else's business, and you can be you, and that's okay.
Trans women are women. If you are a woman dating a trans woman, you are in a lesbian relationship, don't let anyone invalidate trans people.
If anyone has any doubts about me, I'd love to clear it up. I am at this point the most like straight looking of them all. I feel like two have cried. There's no way Maya's like not a lesbian. It's gonna be me.
Would you ever want to get married someday?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm working towards it. I do feel it's a little archaic. I do feel it's a little patriarchal.
Yeah, I agree.
I do think it's evolving, and I do think I think weddings
it
are
can
awesome.
be done the right way.
I think for us, like she kind of like hadn't been with any women before me.
Yeah.
And she's sort of just like the lipstick lesbian type. So we don't want to just like conform and just like be just like a piece of paper.
Yeah.
It is a 4-way tie.
A 4-way tie? I don't know who voted me, but what are you thinking? I've been the person with the guard most down. There's so much detail in my stories.
I feel like maybe we should have stopped because now all 4 of us are kind of turning our heads saying maybe the mole's out already.
You have 10 seconds to make your argument for why you should not be voted out.
Liars typically have their guard up, but I've been very vulnerable about my lived experience and what I had to go through, so yeah.
Great. I grew up playing soccer. I'm a golden gay, never had sex with a man. Serial dater, only dated women, and yeah, look at me. There's no way.
I'm gonna take it to the camera and just tell my girlfriend, Allie, I love you so much. You're the light of my life. I'm gonna cry, but I love being lesbian. Please, like, be inclusive. If you're someone who's judgmental, stop it, knock it off.
She's definitely not lesbian. You wanna take it to the camera? You put to convince them, not the camera.
Sort of similar to Alyssa and Claire, but I think my emotions with my love of my wife and the hardships that she has gone through in her life, I think hopefully make it pretty clear that I am 100% lesbian. Golden gay as well.
Yes.
One of the things she said that stood out to me was she said, just look at me. I felt like, okay, she's dressing up.
How could you vote me? I am literally the blueprint. There's no way a straight girl can put on this sheep's clothing, like at all.
Please raise your hand if you want to continue playing the game. If the lights turn green, that means you have voted out the mole and you win. If the lights turn red, that means the mole is still in the box and you lose.
She's smiling, bro. She knows it's her. Told you. Come on.
It's not me. It's not me.
When I count down to 1, the mole will step forward and reveal themselves. 3,
Come on. This all me right here. Come on.
2,
Come on.
1.
Damn. I thought it was her, bro. Like, let's see.
I was gagged.
One of my really, really close friends is a lesbian, so I was talking to her a lot. She was asking her friends who are also lesbian, and we were texting and chatting, and I was getting all the scoops and all the lingo and verbiage that I had no idea existed. I do work in children's content review, but I'm also an actor and an acting coach, so I pulled out some of those watermarks.
I had a feeling it was Mara, but that was completely depleted once Alyssa had loyalty for her. But it was truly so devastating and hard because I felt like we bonded.
I'm sorry, guys. You're so nice. I'm so sorry. I feel so happy that I won. I hope I didn't offend anybody during this process. I loved everybody that I met here, and I feel bad for lying, but not that bad because I just won. So.
Lesbians come in literally all different shapes, sizes, colors, styles, sexual preferences, all of the above.
As a lesbian and as a butch lesbian, I wanted to make it very clear that we also have like a little girl within ourselves and we're vulnerable.
I think everyone is deserving of love, and some days you may not feel like it, but try to love yourself.
Alright, man, that's the end of the video. Subscribe to my show. God damn, subscribe to my